Hello all, this is a session where we learn how we use Microsoft Access to create a form for entering data. For instance, for a questionnaire like this that has numerous items and that you want the form to be friendly for the data entry operator. And when you have questionnaires filled by thousands and thousands of people, for instance, this is questionnaire number 1608, it can go up to 1 million or more. So how do we proceed with setting up the form? It's a very easy, maybe like a 6-step process. First thing to do, of course, is to load your Microsoft Access. What is that one? Where do you find it? Well, Microsoft Access is many people hardly use it, but it is part of the Microsoft Office suite. So if you have Microsoft Word on your computer, just like this is created in Word, and you have Excel, Office, within the Office complex, if you like, the Access, will be there. So what you first of all do is to look for Access. I have put mine on my taskbar here, so I'm loading Access. So it has loaded, and then it asks if it comes up with this screen, and then if you look at this place, you find new blank database. So you click on new blank database, and on your right it pops up a file name for you. Now I don't want it to be called file name database 5. I want it to be called, let's say this is a practice session, practice 2, for instance. Now it wants to create it in users Peter Okebukola documents. I don't want it there, so you click on this thing to get some other location for it. So I'm clicking on this, so I will then search for the location where I want it to. Yeah, so this is where I want it to be, in this folder here. Practice 1, 2, I'll call it practice 2. So I say okay, and then I'll come here. You can see it has called it practice 2 ACCDB, access database. So I will then say create. It comes up with this screen for you, but we want to design the form. So if you go to the left hand side, you find view. I want to go to design view. You can see data sheet view. That's where it is now. I want to go to design view. So here I go, design view. So should I call it table 1? Okay, now that one is a student's questionnaire. So let me just call this one students table. And then you say okay. Now you begin to enter the information in your questionnaire one by one. Okay, it has given you ID. You can leave that as the first entry there. That's so this field is the primary key for this table. Well, let's just leave it for now. You then go on to the next. So if you look at, let's see, this is a form. We want to be able to identify every questionnaire that we enter. So this one is a serial number. So we put serial number there. This is serial number. And of course, it's a number. If you go to what type of data do you want to enter? It's not a text, it's a number. So you put it there as number. The next one, go back to the form. The next one is about myself. That's name of school. We can say section A1, name of school. So you type A1. Name of school. What kind of want? It's a text that will be entered there. So if you drop down this, what type of data that you're expected to have there is a text. Okay, fine, so text. We'll go on to the next one, which is state. That's A2. A2 state. Because most of the questionnaires are coming in from Lagos and Ogun. For now, we can just change this. You can leave it as text if you want the data entry operator to enter Lagos, Ogun, Oyo, Katsina, everything, 36 states FCT. But in order to make it easy, because of the nature of the research, we can then limit it to Lagos, maybe Ogun, and then others. So what type of data? You click on this and you go to lookup wizard. Lookup wizard will come with this dialog box. You want to create a column. I want to look up the column. No, I will type in the values that I want because this wizard does not know whether I want to put Lagos, Ogun, and so on. So click on this. So it's a one column thing. The first one will be Lagos. Next one will be Ogun. If you just do the down arrow key, it will move it down. So all this. So you go to next. It's asking you whether you want to allow multiple values. No, we don't. We are either in Lagos State or Ogun State. You can't be in both. So you then say you click on that. So that's done. Then you go on to the next. Location of school. That's A3 location. A3 location. Excuse me. You can see it's urban, rural. You don't want it's giving you as default text, but we don't want them to just type the data entry operators to type rural, urban. Some will misspell it, and the software will regard them as separate variables. So you want to go to the lookup wizard again. So lookup wizard, we want to type in the values that we want, and then it will be rural, arrow key down, urban. So next, we don't want multiple values, so we just say finish. So that's done. We go to A4. A4, as you can see, is what is type. So that's A4 type. And you can see public, private. I'll do a few more for you at the background. So we go to lookup wizard again, and I will type in what I want, and I will say here public, arrow key down, private. I go to next. Yes, I want to keep it like that. I'll go to finish. Let me do a few more at the background. Okay, let's look at age now. You know, age will be, it's left blank there for the student to write his or her age, either 17 or 18 or 19. So what we'll do is, it's not going to be text as you have here. What do you think it will be? Okay, yes, you are right. Number. So we'll put number there. And then go on to the next one, which is class. Yeah, so let's go on to section B, availability, adequacy, accessibility of ICT. So this is B1, availability of desktop computers. The respondent is expected to tick if it is very adequate or just adequate, and so on, to not accessible. The next one is laptop computers. So for each of this, you got to create them as separate variables for the data entry operator. So you have B1, B2, B3, B4 to B5, and then put this desktop, laptop, and all of that there. So let's see how that one is done. So that's B1 is desktop. Come to here, B1, desktop, and then you come here. So you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 possible answers. So how do you proceed? Yes, you got that right again. So it's going to be, we're going to go to lookup wizard, and then here, come on, next we put the first one. As you can see here, is very adequate, just adequate, not adequate. So you type it, very adequate. You pull down the arrow key here again. So look at it, just adequate. So we type in all the options. We'll go to next. We want to keep it like this. We don't want multiple values, just answer one and that's it. And you go on to finish. So the B2 was B2 now. B2, as you can see, is laptop computers. So laptop, you do the same. You pull this down, look up auto wizard. We want this like that. And so we begin to type. What do we type? We're going to type very adequate, just adequate. So very adequate. So we type everything in like this. I know, so we are to go to next, we're going to finish. But you see, you are going to be typing this for everyone. Now that's going to break your fingers. Now what I want you to do is we can copy the entire thing in the clipboard and then use it as a basis. So let's do it like this. Yeah, okay. If you right click, no, it's not taking the. Yeah, actually right clicking didn't work. Just select everything here and then just do Control C. That's Control Copy. You copy it to the clipboard and you go to next and you go to finish. Okay, B3 is iPad. We come here, B3, iPod. Let's just skip on the iPad. And then you come to the data type, go to auto, the lookup wizard. I will type in my material, and then when you get here, you go to paste. Paste is Control V. Paste is Control V. Look at what it's asking me. You won't be able to undo this paste operation. Do you want to continue? Yes, it's better than my typing it one at a time. You can see it has pasted the thing there. So you go to next, you go to finish. You go to the next one that's before. But if you like, if you want to strain yourself, I reckon you can be typing in the options one by one. Internet enabled mobile phones. So internet enabled. Let's say I've decided to cut the words, short. You can type everything if you so desire, but it won't be to your advantage as you do the analysis. So we'll go on to this lookup wizard. I will type in my values. You go to next. So as I said, you can type in your values if you so desire, but I already copied this earlier one to the clipboard. So I just go to paste. You won't be able to undo this operation. Do you want to consider? Yes, you can see it has done it for me. And then next, and then say finish. So that's how you go on with putting in all the elements in the questionnaire. We'll just press on from this. So you have to go through all of this. C1, word processing. C2, excellent, good, average, poor. Just the same thing. Just the same thing. So when you get to other constraints, you just leave it as a blank, like ordinary text like you had for the name of school. And then you get on to difficult topics, F, mathematics. You then leave a text box there, English language text, physics text, chemistry, and so on. So it goes on as easily as that. What I mean is, if you get on to the next one, let's say this next one is F for mathematics. That's difficult words for mathematics. So you just get here, you leave it as text. Because you have text, memo. You can actually leave it as memo because memo will give more space than text because they may want to enter a lot of data, a lot of, give you a list of many difficult topics. Memo is longer, text is shorter. But for the purpose of this, okay, let's leave it as memo. Okay, so, and you get on. So we have entered all the variables, if you like, the fields. Now, how do we create a form? That's the second part, which is quite easy also. So you look at this, home, create, external data, database tools, add-ins, design. We have just finished designing. So we go to create. When you go to create, you find table design, form. This one is for a new form. You can see, create a form that lets you enter information. Now, we're not using that format. Split form. We're not splitting no form. multiple items, no. Pivot chart, so where are we? You can just look at it. More forms. So you drop this one. We just want a wizard to do it for us so that we will not bother ourselves so much about any programming. So you can see this. You must save the table before you can create. Do you want to save the table? Yes, I want to save the table. So it has saved the table. Now, it's asking me which fields do I want it to show in the form that the data entry operator will be using. Now, look at this. If you want this ID to be there, that's the primary key. You put it there, name of school, just like we used to do in SPSS. But if you want to put everything, you just do this. This is shortcut. You drag in everything in there. See that? Okay. Now I don't want this primary key to be in this one, so you can use this one to take it back. What is next is next. That's it. Next. What kind of form do you want? Is it a columnar form like this column, or tabular, or data sheet, or justified? Well, we want columnar form. So you go to next, and then asking you, there are several beautiful designs, apex, aspect, and all that. Let's take this one, the one is given to us. So say next, and then open the form to view or enter information. Not yet. Modify the form's design. Okay, we'll click on this because we want to make the design the way we want it to look. Yeah, so you can see it has given us this design. We can now begin to modify. So, name of school, yes, maybe it's too long. You drag this thing, you take this, we want it, look at how, we want to move it like this. Name of school. What did you notice? You notice that everything here is moving. Look at this. We want serial number. This is too long. Move this. So you can see it is long. I mean, it is contracting it, but we don't want, they are different. We want the boxes to be different to fit in with the formation that we want to enter. Yeah, so what should we do? That's step 3, if you like, of step 4. I've lost count of the steps, but I think it should be like step 4. You will go to, you can see we are in what view now? We are in design view. We want to go to the layout view. You go to the layout view to be able to do this operation. Layout view. Oh, it's giving me this message. The table is already opened exclusively by another user, or it is already opened through this another programmer. Fine, so we know. So what you should do is to save it, and then you save it. Look, this is a save button, and then you close it. See where you go close them here. This way you're going to close it. Close to table. Yeah, so we've closed it. Now let's see whether we can get that done here now. View. No, okay, that's fine. So you will go to, okay, students table. That's the form. Yeah, so this is the table that is saying that we have open, this one, the students table. So you go to here, look on my right here, students table close. So we close it. So you can come back to this your table here. Okay, so we'll go to, let's see now, let's see what we got in there. Yeah, so this is our table now. We have closed the other one. This one, close this one. So this is the form that we are modifying. So please listen carefully to the following steps. We go to view. You go to layout view. Yeah, that's where we are now. You see, even here, if you move this, everything moves. So how do we ensure that in arranging this, it fits into how we want it? So you go to arrange. You go to, let's see, let's see, this one is grayed out. Yeah, so you see it is still moving. You come to this one. It is still moving it here and there. So you go to arrange, you come to arrange here. Then you go to remove. you can see remove the layout, apply to controls. So if you click on this, let me undo this one now. If you click, yeah, so what you need to do is, if you look at this, you have to select the entire table here. So everything is selected. Let me repeat that process because it's important. Yeah, if you see this table handle, if you click on it, it selects the entire frame that you have prepared. Then you go to arrange here. You go to remove. That's remove the layout applied to the controls. If you click on this, you can now begin to move this one by one. So you have name of school. Yeah, this can be as long as the serial number should be small. So you can see it's moving independently now. State, that also should be like this. Location, just click on it and then you do it like this. Location should be like this. Type, public, private. That's not also not too long. Sex, male, female. That could be there. Age, this could be here. Class, it's SS1, SS2, SS3. This. So this one is very adequate, not adequate. All of this, you can put them together. If you hold down the shift key, okay, don't let me make it complicated for you. Or it's going to be easy for you at the end of the day by taking everything all together. So this is maybe we'll lengthen it a little bit. So laptop, computers, very adequate. The same response pattern. It comes there. This one will come here, enabled, there. Did you notice that the mathematics, the difficult concepts, the F section is coming out as a big box? This is because we call it a memo, this one. And this one, we call it ordinary text. So you can type Ajangbadi Grammar School and all of that. This one, you can type in all the topics that the student finds difficult. So that being done, what then do we, this form doesn't still look very nice. We can improve on it. How? Look at this. That's what I did in the form that was shared in class. You can decide to change the color of this. So you go to home. You can fill it. Let's say the student's questionnaire is green. Make it green. And then the letters here, the word here, whitish. Yeah, you can see. You can also make it bold. What I'm saying is you can change the format of this all the way down. But I want to change for everything. So what you can do is to hold down the control key and be taking, the shift key. Okay, let's go to that we can do in design view. Yeah, you can still also do it in this view. That's layout view. The key to hold is the control key here, control CTR on the left hand corner. So you hold on to this. Oh, by the way, I'm sorry, it's the shift key, shift. So shift. Okay, I'll move this slightly. So let's move this one back up. You can move the boxes anywhere you want them to move to. So I'm holding now the shift key. I'm doing this. So shift key, yes, okay, that's it. Yeah, so I want this to be deep green like the first one, and I want the words to be white. Yeah, so that's it. So the form is all set. You can come here to save, and then you now go to form view. So this is the form. that the data entry operator will be using. So all you need to do is to copy this file like we did in the meeting we had, and then circulate to the data entry operator. What you do is just copy into the machine that the desktop or the laptop that the data entry operator will be using. Now let's do a quick one. Name of school, Ajangbadi Grammar School. By the way, if you look at the bottom here, the record is the questionnaire, the number, the record. That's one of course. It's doing just the first one. Ajangbadi Grammar School. How do you go to the next one? You can use, well, you can use the bottom arrow key, serial number. Recall that the serial number of this questionnaire is 1608. So we'll go 1608. Peter have not filled in that questionnaire. State, you can see, you just drop this down, it's Lagos. Location, rural. Type, public. Sex, male. Age, maybe 19. Class, SS2. Desktop, very adequate. Laptop, very adequate. iPad, not available. Internet enabled, not accessible. Mathematics, these are the topics that find linear equations, quadratic, excuse me, as well. So you can type that on. Now, if you click on the tab key, it will jump to the next case. Like I see, it's now record 2 of 2. So you now enter Ajangbadi Grammar School because the questionnaires are coming from the same school. Question number 1602, 1609. Yeah, and then you go on, completing this, and so you have record number 1 million, and that's how it goes. Now we have you can have like 10, 20, as many as possible data entry operators. In our next session, we'll learn how we'll then put together all the data that the different data entry operators have put in their machine. So until then, it is bye for now.